Hello and welcome back. I'm Alexis Starks. I'm the founder of Executive Moms. I am a corporate leader turned entrepreneur and mom of two toddlers. And I help working moms like you build a business that gives you more freedom, more impact, and time for what matters. Okay. So today I want to talk to you about how to build your business without quitting your job just yet. Because in one of the other videos, I talked about this impulsivity that we have, where you have this desire to do something better, to do something different than your job, but we want to be really strategic and not just impulsively quit and be like, screw it all. So, as much as we may want to. So, I'm going to talk about how to actually build your business without quitting yet. And I mean, when I came back from maternity leave, I knew I wanted to do something different, something with bigger impact, something that was more meaningful, something that made the world better. And I am. But I spent about 6 months, at least 6 months, building up my business on the side while I still had my job. So I built up my brand, I built up like my program that I was going to do, all the assets, the worksheets and workbooks and videos I recorded and created everything, put everything in place and tested my ideas so that I could pivot and I could do tweaks and oh, actually this isn't right. I'm going to do this instead. And that way, when it was time for me to leave my job, I had already done all this work to build everything up. So I wasn't starting at zero because it takes time to build a business and it takes time to do it right and set things up and that's okay. But this way, when you quit, you're not starting at zero because I know income is such a huge motivating factor for staying in a job. And when you leave, there is a big concern, a fear of not having a stable paycheck compared to entrepreneurship, where now you have to, sometimes there's seasons, there's waves of, I brought in a bunch of clients and now I don't have clients, and payments. And so there's fear around that. But so I want you to spend as much time as you possibly can building up your business and building out this idea and testing it out and setting things up so that when you do quit, you have a really solid foundation. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to start testing your idea while you still have your job, of course. Start testing it out. Ask your friends, your family, colleagues, maybe not the ones you work with, but start asking them what they think of your idea, right? Let's say it's coaching, because that's popular, or let's just say it's consulting, right? Let's say you want to do like a project management consulting or fractional work for project management consulting. So start testing your idea. Start thinking of business names. Start thinking of what you would do and ask your friends, your family, colleagues, what they think of your idea and get feedback from them. Maybe they might say, you know what, I don't know that really lines up with your skills. I actually think you might be better suited to do XYZ instead. Or, oh, that's a great idea. I think you'd be perfect for that. And you already have a lot of skills for it. Right. And so get feedback. This will start validating your idea, and it builds your self-confidence. And where you're like, oh, I could do something outside of work. Because I will say, when you go from corporate to entrepreneurship, there's a lot of mindset shifts that have to happen between just the stability of having a job and now having to do everything on your own. You don't stay in your lane and here's a job description. You have to do everything as an entrepreneur. And of course, you can outsource some of it, right? Like I outsource my website design because I can do it, but I don't. I just don't. I'd rather have someone else do it and make it look much more professional than I ever could. And so there's things that, of course, you can outsource, but you want to. I forgot where I was going with this. I don't know. Mom brain moment. Sorry. Anyways, test out your idea for what you want to do as a business while you still have your job. And the second thing I want you to start working on is build a proof of concept, right? Create a business plan. How will it make money? How long will it take to make money? What is your marketing plan? What is your revenue plan? What does revenue look like for the first year versus, first 6 months, first year, couple years and all that. And then start sharing and then build up the whole business as much as you can. If you're building a course, let's say, record the videos, create the worksheets, send it to your friends, your family, and get feedback from them. Build that proof of concept as much as you can. If it is consulting, maybe build out the website and landing pages or lead magnets and stuff like that, and send it to your friends and family and get their feedback, see what they think. Um, and you can also always get like have one of your friends or family sign up for the program and or test out all the systems, make sure it works. When a payment goes through, you can always give them a refund, right? Or send Venmo them back the other money. But work on getting that proof of concept and as much feedback as you can for it. And then lastly, set your exit number. Once you start building your business, and as I always say, as long as you can, stay in your job, because that's a very big fear of losing income and going down to one income, especially if you have mortgage and daycare payments and diapers and clothes and food. Everything's so expensive nowadays. It's very, very hard to drop from two incomes to one. And maybe you are starting to build up your business and you're getting one client, two clients, but it may not be a replacement yet for your full-time job income. So set your exit number and say to yourself, okay, I need to be making $10,000 a month. That's my exit number. And that might look like maybe it's one client a month or a quarter. Maybe it's five, maybe it's 10. Figure out what that is, how you get to that number. And maybe it's a recurring number. Maybe it's when I have 3 months in a row of $10,000 months, right? So figure out what your exit number is so that you can plan that exit and you have a way out. It really helps the motivation when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and you know where that door is to the exit, right? Because it's all great to say, like, I'm building up a side business, but it could stay a side business forever, theoretically. If you're like, I'm just doing it on the side, I'm just bringing in all this money. But if your real goal is to leave corporate and start your own business and do your own business and be an entrepreneur, you have to set the exit, figure out that exit, when you want it to be, what it means, what it looks like. All right. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have a bunch more videos that I'm working on, that I'm doing, that's really all about how to leave corporate America and start your own business, especially for moms. This is such a hard transition because we need that income essentially to afford everything we need to for kids. But if you're like me, I started planning my exit as soon as I could. After I had my kids, especially after my first, I just wanted to do something with more meaning, with more impact. And it took me a little bit to figure out what that looked like, what that was. And so, if you're interested, I have a new program that's launching soon. It's October, so whenever you see this, it's launching soon. It's going to be all about how to do this pivot, this transition from corporate to entrepreneurship, testing out this idea, validating it, communicating and networking with other working moms, because part of building a business is networking, it's partnerships, right? And piggybacking off of other people's partnerships and their clients and success. And okay, I'll do a whole nother video about that, but like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all these videos. And we'll see you in the next episode video. All right.